All right. Hello. I think we are live now. So, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us at our first, hopefully, out of many webinars where we will meet with our customers and companies and our partners who use our solution and to help like the companies that were facing some challenges and where SMSEagle, together with our partners' expertise, was able to solve the problem and like mitigate the risk of happening the disaster again. So yeah, once again, thank you all for joining us, and thank you, László, for being here today. Just a word of introduction. I'm Andrzej Kubala, Head of Sales at SMSEagle, and I will be hosting this webinar today for you. And László is team leader at SmartNode and Niagara4 and BMS expert, and he'll be sharing the real life story of the customer of SmartNode, who is also our partner in Hungary. So he'll share the story of their customer and their challenge that we're facing, and how SMSEagle, together with their expertise, was able to solve the solution and prevent the disaster from happening in the future. Just quick rules for the webinar. So you should be able to post the questions in the chat here, and we'll go through the questions and try to answer them as best as possible by the end of this webinar. If you can try out the chat function and let us know if you can see the screen and the presentation. It should be visible. László, can you see it? Just to make sure. Yes. Yeah. Okay. László can see it. If one of you guys can confirm that you also can see, that would be great. Otherwise, we'll just go ahead with it and see afterwards if it was shown or not. So László, I think I will then give you the mic, and please share us the story. You should be able to take over the presentation. So go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's start. In building automation projects, we often see that monitoring itself is already working. Like in our case, mostly Niagara collects values, trends, and alarms. The dashboards are showing the statuses, alarms, and the technical team has the data. But the weak point is the last part of this process. Who is informed, how fast, and whether the alert is strong enough to trigger the action outside even working hours. So my usual question to clients is, if an alarm appears on the BMS screen at like 3 a.m. And nobody is looking at the screen, do we really have an active alerting system? Okay, so let's check what's the difference between passive and active alerts. So passive alerting means that the information exists somewhere on a dashboard, in alarm console, or maybe inside an email inbox, but it depends on somebody checking it. On the other hand, active alerting means that the system actively reaches the responsible person to a channel that is hard to ignore, and it keeps escalating until somebody is acknowledging it. From a system integrator perspective, the difference is really practical. Passive alerting shows the problem exists, and active alerting starts the response process. Okay, so regarding this, the dashboard is not an alert. It's not an alarm, it's only a source of information. A real alarm is the one that reaches the right person at the right time in a way that makes actions unavoidable. And our next case study will be a very good example why this distinction matters in real buildings. Okay, So this case study is coming from a Hungarian healthcare facility where there is no 24/7 staff presence. So some unnoticed technical failures can quickly create some serious incidents. So together with our system integrator partner, Adlock Ltd, we were involved in solving this critical vulnerability after the facility was suffering major water damage from unnoticed leakage. The goal was to create a dedicated and autonomous emergency alerting layer, not only to detect the problem, but to make sure the responsible people are noticed very fast. Okay, as you can see, it was a pipe burst at Friday night. Nobody was there in the weekend. The BMS has detected the issue, but no one reacted, and at the end, very big damage was escalating. Okay. It damaged the pumps, sensors, electrical systems. So it was meaning a real operational risk in a critical facility. So the lack of the reaction was a real cost of this event. Okay, let's move on. Let's see how the problem was solved. Actually, on our recommendation, the facility chose an SMSEagle hardware SMS gateway as a standalone emergency solution. 2 digital inputs were configured, one for the dedicated water leakage sensor and one for power outage detection. When the input changes, the system automatically sends a predefined SMS message and starts a voice call to the contact list. For reliable operation, an external 4G antenna was installed as well in the basement area, and the device was connected to a UPS power supply. What has changed after that? Now the facility has an autonomous monitoring for critical leakage and power outage events, and it's independent of the BMS system. So if maybe the BMS system is offline for some reason because of power outage, the alerts can still reach the right person in case of water leakage or this power outage event. Alerts are no longer only visible somewhere in the technical system, they actively reach the responsible people through SMS and voice calls. From SmartNode's point of view, this is the key benefit: fast deployment, very simple configuration, and reliable extra safety layer for weddings without permanent 24/7 on-site staff.
All right, so thank you very much, László. As you can see, what I take the most from this story is that that every organization and every use case, as László showed in the case of healthcare facility in Hungary, every use case and every organization needs an out-of-band communication. So if you want a reliable alerting system, you basically cannot depend on the core infrastructure that the company relies on. So here the SMSEagle was connected to digital input, right, where the water leak sensor was triggering the alert, but it can also stay like behind the BMS, so BMS can send the alert to SMSEagle. And it can also, like also László mentioned, it can be connected to UPS. So you have many inputs many different inputs, but the output is independent from the core structure. So if a company is using emails and sending emails to as alerts, you can basically miss them because there are so many of them. So in the critical alert, you need something else, something independent from the core infrastructure. So that's how I think that's why the both Hungarian facility, and that's why I think SmartNode became our partner to have this kind of alternative way of alerting. So just a quick word of what SMSEagle basically is. So it is a hardware SMS gateway, which works offline due to the fact that it has it's a physical appliance. It has a SIM card inserted inside, and it has an antenna connected to the SMSEagle. So basically, every alert that you send is sent directly to the cellular network and to the recipient on their mobile. So it doesn't rely on the wired internet connection that you may have in the organization to send the alerts out of the organization. If someone, like László mentioned, if the alert is triggered on 3 a.m. and there's no 24/7 stuff at place, you basically need to get out of the infrastructure and send the alert to someone that is not current at place and watching the alerts. So that's why working offline is a big advantage of our solution as opposed to any other used alerting system. So if any of the systems fails, if the local network fails, if the BMS fails, if the UPS is triggered, or if the water leak sensor gets flooded, right? SMSEagle will still be able to send the critical message. So the main goal is that if everything fails, SMSEagle will still be able to send this one critical alert. So it's not really designed to send those hundreds and thousands of messages just to make them like a common alert that you just swipe out of your notification inbox, but it's designed to send when the real failure comes in, the SMSEagle should be the one that alerts the right person, right? Another advantage is that you have all channels in one device, so you can use not only the SMS but also MMS. You can use WhatsApp, Signal. You can use many other channels. You can also send email. You can use voice calls and text to speech, which is like our big feature, also distinguishing us from any other solution in the market. So apart from just sending SMS, you can trigger a voice call, and the text to speech engine will read out the alert that's either predefined or it's taken directly from the BMS, because you can also send the actual alert that BMS triggers or any other system, and send it and read it out loud in the TTS message, so it's ring. And we are the manufacturer of the solution, so we have full control, and we are very flexible in terms of development and bug fixing and taking care of. So we are working closely with our partners if they need some additional solution for their system, or if you would like to integrate our solution with some other system that we are not integrated with yet, you can reach out to us, and as we are manufacturing and manufacturing the devices and also designing the software for it at our HQ, so we are flexible to help you with any other systems and challenges you may have. All right, so just to sum up, it should be clear now, but why SMS and voice and not email? Like I mentioned, even if the BMS or any other system or the UPS is able to send email to your address and to your phone, possibly, if it's at 3 a.m., so you possibly won't read it. I don't even get the emails, and actually, I was thinking today that it's even hard to filter out by some keywords or something the emails that should, for example, overcome the DND, so do not disturb mode. So basically, if you are relying on emails, if there's a critical one, it's most likely that you won't read it in time. And if you have SMS and voice, and you, for example, use a particular phone number for SMSEagle, and you put it in your phone as the one that should ignore the do not disturb mode, you can be sure that the message will reach you, because, for example, if you use voice calls, like I mentioned, even if you get the text message at 3 a.m. and it won't wake you up, you can set it up so that you, after the text message, you will receive an actual call that would read the message. But I'll say more about it in a second. What features you can also use at SMSEagle to guarantee delivery and most importantly that you will get the response. So it works in an automated manner. So like I mentioned, you have many triggers that can work simultaneously. So it's not only that you use digital input, that's it. You can use all of them at once. So you can use digital input, you can use emails as triggers. So you can choose that if an email with a given subject or a given keyword comes into SMSEagle, then it should be sent in this particular case. It should be sent to Robert because Robert is taking care of this part of the alerting. So you can fully automate the process. You can choose which channel triggers the alert and how the alert is sent. So which channel is used to be delivered. And this way you can fully automate and make sure that the right person receives the alert via the right channel. You can send the alerts to whole groups at once. So you can create, there is a phone book at SMSEagle software, and you can create groups of recipients. And you can, if you can send the alert and you want to it to be delivered to many people at once, you can just send it to the group name, and it will send all the messages to all the group participants. And furthermore, you can use escalation. So if groups are set as escalation mode, if you send the message to the group, it will use the escalation. So if person 1 doesn't respond, if we have the example here, so if John doesn't respond in 10 minutes, he can also receive the TTS call, and if he doesn't send back the stop word, which you defined at SMSEagle, the message will be sent to Andy, right? And then to Stacy, and then to Jason, and it will keep sending until someone sends the stop word. So just another layer of security and making sure that there is not only the alert, but the response. So our job is to make sure that someone actually responds to the alert and not only trigger it, right? And there's also shift management. So like we mentioned, it's in most companies, if you have someone who keeps watch for the alerting, they have different shifts. So you can natively at SMSEagle software, you can actually use shift management to decide who, for example, on Mondays it's John, for example, on Tuesdays it's Andy, Stacy on Wednesdays, and so on and so forth. So you can basically set it up at SMSEagle software to make sure that the right person that is actually on duty and is taking responsibilities on this day gets the right alert, right? So yeah, now I will ask you, László, to take over and show us the demo, because László, like I mentioned in the beginning, László is Niagara4 expert, and he, together with SmartNode, helped us create integration with Niagara4 which is the BMS alerting system. But you can also say a few words about what Niagara is for those who aren't aware, and he will show you how it's integrated with SMSEagle and how the integration works and what it actually does, right? So László, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. As you may know, and as Andrzej has mentioned, as a Tritium distributor at SmartNode, we are highly involved in Niagara-based BMS systems. Niagara is a framework which is capable of running on controllers and on server machines as well, and you were able to create very scalable and versatile BMS systems with this framework. So that's why we have decided to create a native integration Niagara module for SMSEagle as well. So let me show you with my screen sharing how you can configure it, how easy it is to use, and what you can do with this software. So let me share my screen.
Sure, go ahead.
I will show you some pre-recorded videos. I think it will be much easier, but I will explain what is being done in the videos.
Right.
So in this first video, you can see that we have an Niagara module, and we can only drag and drop the SMSEagle SMS component in the first case, and you need to add one or more SMSEagle users to this component. You can set up a ping frequency. This is checking the availability of the hardware. You need to copy the API key and the IP address of the hardware itself to the software module, and that's all about the first configuration part of the component. You need to filter what kind of alarms you want to send, and you can set up some basic acknowledgement options. We'll pause the video for now. So as you can see, you are able to enable the acknowledgement via text message, and you can set up the template for the confirmation message and the acknowledgement support text. You are able to make different actions with SMS replies. You can send the ACK message, which is acknowledging the most recent alarm. You can send ACK with the specific alarm ID, which is acknowledging a specific alarm, and you can send ACK all, which is acknowledging all the alarms which are generated in the system. You have two other commands as well, the details and the details with the ID prefix, which is replying to you with some further details about this alarm message. So let's move on. You can set up the acknowledgement delays, enable to the acknowledgement messages as well, and there you can see that you are able to configure the recipients, the users, which will be informed about this alert in this configuration menu. You can enable it, you can give it access for responding or not. So if it's not able to respond, then it won't be able to acknowledge the alarms, of course. And you can also create an acknowledgement pin for the users. If this pin is being set up, then the acknowledgement will require this pin code. Without it, the acknowledgement won't be happening, actually. It's not it's optional. So if you don't want to create a pin code for acknowledgement, then you can leave it empty. Okay, and you can get the actual users from the built-in phone book of the SMSEagle hardware, and then you will be able to select a specific contact or a specific group as the recipient of this text message. Okay, and that's all about the configuration. Now we need to connect the alarm classes to the SMSeagle component, just like in email sending or anything else, and generate a test alarm, which will be like a Boolean alarm right now. We set it to active, and the component is sending out the SMS message through the SMSeagle hardware. I will open another video which is recorded on a phone to see what's happening in the SMS message. So as you will be able to see that this phone will get the message. Okay, as you can see, it has the alarm, source, the state, and the timestamp, and it gives you a short ID for this specific message, and it will give you some hints about the possible actions for responding. So let's see what we can do. We can actually acknowledge this specific alarm with this ID, as you can see. And you need to enter the PIN code as well, which is 1234 currently. You send it, and in the SMSeagle, okay, I will wait for the confirmation. So you will receive shortly a confirmation message from the BMS. Yeah, okay, it was in the end of the video, sorry. Okay, so the BMS will send you back a confirmation about the alarm is correctly acknowledged, but the status is still off normal, and it gives you the timestamp as well. If we go back to the BMS part of this event, then we will see that the alarm console is showing the alarm, and it will be acknowledged with this text message. So let's see if it turns to acknowledged. It's taking a few seconds. Okay, and as you can see, it's turned to act. And if you click on the alarm details, you will see that it's getting the actual user from the SMSeagle hardware and filling out the user who has acknowledged the alarm. So it's very simple and very easy to configure. Let me show you another important functionality of this component, of this integration, which is the contact manager component of this module, which makes you enable to manage the contacts on the SMSeagle gateway without even entering its own web page. So as you can see, you can create a new contact, which is named edit test right now, give it a phone number, and if you right click on contacts, you can press add contact, and it will create the user in the SMSeagle device automatically. We can do the same with groups. We can create a new group. So let's see. We have two pre-made groups. Let's create a test group and press on add group. And if you refresh the web page, and it will be there. And now, finally, we need to assign the specific user to a specific group, which is also possible from Niagara. You need to select the group, select the contact, and make the assignment. Okay, let's refresh the web page, and it has assigned the specific group to this user. Also, it's very simple. If you know Niagara, then you don't even need to know how to configure the SMSEagle web page, because it's done completely in Niagara. You can also query the text conversations. You can get it into a Niagara slot and read it. So you can see you can filter for timestamps, and you can filter for contacts, phone numbers, or folders. So you can check what kind of messages have been sent out or answered as well. And you can also delete groups and contacts as well. So first, let's remove from these users from this group. Okay, it has been removed. And we can also remove the group as well. Okay, now the group is being deleted. And we can remove the user as well. So if we use this contact manager functionality, then we don't need to store all the contacts directly in the BMS. We can store it in the SMSEagle gateway itself, and the module is capable of selecting the saved contacts and groups from the SMSEagle hardware and use it in the Niagara integration. So, but if you don't want to store the contact details in the SMSEagle hardware, then you are also able to type the phone number into the SMSEagle user to field, and then it will use that specific phone number. And of course, you can add more SMSEagle user components under one SMSEagle SMS component. The configuration is very similar in case of the SMSEagle call. It's very straightforward. Mostly we have the same options, but it's not it's not sending a text message, but it starts a phone call, and the text-to-speech engine is reading the alarm which is coming from Niagara. Other part of this integration is the WhatsApp integration. So as you can see, we have created the WhatsApp communication through the SMSEagle. Basically, you have the same functionality as the text messages. So you can get the details, you can acknowledge. Let's see, let's acknowledge a specific alarm, or acknowledge all, and as you can see, they are instantly acknowledged. And the contact name is being written into the user field of this alarm record. And at last, let me show you the IO manager part of this integration, which is capable of reading the digital inputs and outputs and temperature sensors which are connected to the device. And you can also write the statuses of the digital outputs of this component. So you can turn on or off the 3 digital outputs and get the 4 inputs as well. And you can also read the temperature sensor, which is built into the hardware itself. So in the perspective of a Niagara user or system integrator or even an end user, you have mostly like full access and full control over the SMSEagle hardware from the perspective of a BMS system. Okay, so that would be all about this short demo. and some ideas or some comments about all these functionalities and this alerting system is that as a system integrator, you should not stop at delivering data to a dashboard. You should also have clients to define how critical information becomes an action. So the return of investment argument is very simple. The cost of one missed critical event can easily exceed the cost of a reliable alarming system. So my recommendation is that to treat active alerting as a part of the BMS design, not as an optional add-on after something has already gone wrong. So it's easier to prevent the issues than repair it. So that would be all about my comments, and I will give back the mic to Andrzej.
Yeah, thank you, László. Thank you so much for showing us the integration. It's very well built, and we are happy to have it like natively integrated into Niagara. So as I could see before László, I talked about for example, the escalation feature and getting the stop word. So if you use the native integration for Niagara, if I'm right, László, you can use the acknowledgement, right? Instead of, it works like the escalation that I talked about. So again, you can have the SMSEagle integrated with Niagara and use its native workflow to acknowledge the alerts, but you can also have the digital input connected from any other like hardware appliance and create the native SMSEagle escalation there, right? So depending on the system you use, and Niagara is one of many systems that we are integrated with. So depending on the systems you use, you can either use its own features that are integrated with SMSEagle and use it natively, or use SMSEagle functions as well. Yeah, so just to sum up on how actually you can rely on both SMSEagle and SmartNode in this case. So like you could see, SmartNode is Niagara for experts, so you can reach them out for any with any questions regarding the integration, and BMS, I guess, as general, and BMS use case and alerting in this particular scenario. Or if you are a Hungary-based organization, that's also why we have SmartNode there, because if you prefer to make purchases locally, and this is a hardware appliance, so it basically arrives at your office, it's not a cloud solution. You can also rely on SmartNode as our sales partner there in this region. And also in the alarm workflow design and like I said, BMS side as such. Is that right, László?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, all right. And we at SMSEagle, of course, will help you with anything SMSEagle related. So if you need any device setup help, that you can also ask SmartNode team for this as well. But you can also reach out to us directly if you need any support on the given feature, or if you find something missing in the software or in the hardware. We are happy to receive the feedback from you. As I mentioned, we try to be as flexible and as responsive as possible. So our team is constantly listening to your challenges, to your problems you're facing, and we try to develop our solution in answering your needs, basically. So reach out whenever you need any support from us. Yeah, and because what László told is one particular use case and case study and challenge in the healthcare facility where the floor holes were flooded. But of course, you can imagine that this can happen, this and any other similar event can happen in like every other sector and vertical and industry worldwide. And basically, in my opinion, like I mentioned in the beginning, every organization at some point needs an out-of-band alerting. So either it's a warehouse where you have some cold storage and the temperatures rises or drops drastically, and it happens during the night where no one is working, for example, you will again need the reliable alerting system to be sure that someone responds to it. In the utility sector, you may have some pump failure over the weekend, and someone will notice on Monday, and you will have like 3 days of failure and probably the loss of wares or services over the weekend. In the retail, you can have the HVAC failure and disaster where again, if not responded quickly, it can be a great damage and great loss. So basically, whatever the case is, like László mentioned, it's better to be prepared and to have the out-of-band alerting system at place before it happens, so you can mitigate, if not prevent, at least mitigate the damage it may cause, because some events are inevitable, but at least with an out-of-band communication and with the fast response, you can actually mitigate the damage that it may have. All right, and just a simple calculation that I guess László also mentioned, that cost of SMSEagle or the alerting system as such is usually one-time cost and known upfront, so you know how much you must to put on the table to have everything secured and every weak point eliminated, that even if you have a power loss or flood or any other event, you will be notified and you will know about it. And cost of one missed critical alert is hard to estimate, actually, because you never know what will be the result of such failure. It can be like in László's story, it can flood the whole healthcare facility, or it can lead to damaging the servers and so on and so forth. Also security breach and cyber attacks and so on and so forth. So no matter what's the industry, you should be able to have to make sure that the critical alert won't be missed. Yeah, and so one of the takeaways from today's meeting, I guess, is that dashboards and having the alerts is not enough, because like László mentioned in the story, the alerts actually were triggered, right, László, in this case? Yeah, the alerts were triggered, but as it happened over the night, the person who should have reacted was not even aware that the problem existed. So like László mentioned, there's passive alerts which are just shown, let's say, and triggered, and they are somewhere in the dashboard, but there are active alerts where the alerting system makes sure and keeps alerting until the alert is responded to. So like in Niagara, you need to acknowledge the alert. In SMSEagle, you can send TTS and escalate the alert over and over again to make sure that someone actually responds to it. And I think that's the critical and the core message of today's meeting, right? László, do you have anything to add on this matter?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so it's best to have. I got these pro tips from SmartNode, I guess. So it's best to have the prepared list of which alarms. So like we mentioned in the beginning, not all alarms are designed to be sent via SMSEagle. So Prepare the list of what's actually critical. So the LAN network failure, the power outage, or the leak sensor. Every one of these alerts should be sent through the out-of-band channel, so via SMS or voice call. Have the users and groups and shifts set up. So again, you are sure that the right person will be notified. And escalation timing before implementation. Yeah, so just plan ahead with the alerts and make sure that they're in place before the disaster happens. Yeah, so thank you very much for your time, László, and thank you for showing us the Niagara integration. I'm really happy that you agreed to be our guest today and share with us the story and be a part of this hopefully new series of webinars at SMSEagle. So thank you again. Thank you all for joining us today. And I saw that there were some questions as we should now go over to Q&A session. So I saw there were some questions. I saw that Radek, our CEO, was also the one who replied at the chat. So thank you, Radek, for taking care of the questions, because some of them were very technical. I think I'm not that technical to be able to respond as Radek did. But I just wanted to quickly refer to some of them. So Roberto asked if the appliance have its own battery. So just to make a quick note on this, as Radek wrote, the new device is just around the corner, so we are having it certified right now, I guess, and it will be releasing really soon, and this will be like a next step, again listening to the market and to your challenges. So the new device will have the backup battery. So instead of connecting it like in László's use case, instead of connecting the digital input from the UPS to the SMSEagle, it will be a small UPS by itself. So with the new model, you will also have the new another layer of security covered. So not only if the local network goes out, but even if there is a power outage, the device will have a few minutes of power to send a predefined alert that, hey, everything is gone. It's blackout here. So this is the new feature. Also, it will support the eSIM, because currently all models use the physical SIM cards, but the new model will also support the eSIM. So this is also what you've been asking for in terms of SMSEagle. So yeah, so I'm happy to announce it officially that soon it should be ready to ship. And yeah, just to let you know, we are designing it. It takes time to release every new model, because we don't we designed our products globally, so each model can be used in every global market. So it can be used in America, in Europe, in Australia, in Asia, and so on and so forth. So we have all the certifications needed globally. So no matter where you want to use the SMSEagle, there's the device is like versatile and it can be used globally. And another question was from Józef. It sounds very Polish, this name, so I'll just read it out as with the Polish pronunciation. It's Józef. And I will read it out loud. At our company, we also use a phone-based alarm system, which was developed for a PI device. It makes phone calls to multiple numbers if necessary, send messages, etc. However, there's a practical issue. If there is an electrical network problem, for example, a voltage drop on one phase, or if error occurs in the internal protocols of the controller, and therefore no fault signal is generated, does the SMS system check whether the BMS or a Siemens PLC or any other controller is online or available? And I'm happy again that Radek responded here, because I wouldn't be able to go that deep into technical parts. So I'll also read Radek's response. So SMSeagle's network monitoring feature allows to actively poll the device and alerts you when it stops responding or returns an out of range value. For example, it can send a ping or ICMP and check if the BMS, Siemens, or H10 is reachable and sends alerts if not. So that's another feature that I actually haven't mentioned in the previously, that there is a built-in network monitoring, so you can use SMSeagle to natively check and ping various network devices and solutions to see if they're up or down, and also trigger the alert based on that. Of course, you can integrate it with the systems dedicated and to monitor and just trigger the alerts, but depending on the use case, you can also use the built-in network monitoring. Another option is to check the TCP, which reads the registered values directly from the PLC and alerts on the defined condition, and SNMP. If BMS or PLC have a built-in SNMP client, we can pull the SNMP state and create corresponding alert. And yeah, this is also important because with SNMP, you can basically use also SMSeagle two ways. So you can, I'm not sure if that's the case in the Niagara, maybe you'll be aware of this, László, and maybe not, but for example, in PRTG, you can use PRTG for the monitoring part and trigger the alerts and send the critical alerts via SMSeagle. But you can also use SMSeagle to monitor the PRTG via SNMP and make sure that that PRTG is up and running, and also send the alert if the monitoring system is down. Is that the case for Niagara, or is that?
Sorry, could you repeat your question?
Yeah, if it's also the case for the Niagara, that SMSeagle can also check if Niagara is up and running and also send the alert if it goes down?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So we have it. So we can work both ways. So we can monitor the monitor and send the alerts from the monitoring system. Right. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. If there is no more questions, you can also reach out to us at any time, either to SMSeagle or to SmartNode if you have any questions. And hopefully see you soon at another webinar with one of our customers and partners to share the story. So once again, thank you, László, for coming in and for your time and sharing the story. Have a good day, night, wherever time it is at your place, and see you. Bye.
Bye-bye.